It's because of the hench batteries. I'm Giovanni.
You be quiet, bro.
I'm Giovanni.
You be quiet, bro.
You
don't want it with me, rude boy. Because Connor already laid it out.
what? Go on what?
No,
Ain't
right,
got
it's
nothing.
It's recording.
Let's
save the power.
Is the H recording?
Yeah,
What I'm saying is,
Ain't got nothing.
But we'll allow you
Won't be nothing.
And don't shout too much because it will come up on my audio and it will peak.
Oh,
And you can hear the peaking when you talk. You sound like a little bitch.
You know what?
anyway,
Maybe certain
what happened
people
to the cakes that
in this
grandma used
room
to making it, so I'm gigs and all that.
should just know.
Alright, so do the clap, big man. You should love clapping. No, I hear enough of that coming from them.
So 3.
Alright, so it's too late. I always
right.
edit mine now. Alright, guys, welcome back to another episode of Code Chats with these clapping buffoons. But today,
what are you doing, man? What are you doing? Man said, Mark. The whole thing fell over.
I'm glad I'm not editing this one.
What an idiot. No, Eddie will be calm, bro. He's just a dumb.
What's going on?
Yeah, Project Code, we're here for the nation. No delegation.
Just to let you guys know, today is going to be a controversial episode. So anybody with a squeamish disposition, don't watch this.
This ain't sore. It ain't sore. Like, ain't Final Destination.
We're going to be talking about religion, hypothetical situations, and various TV shows. So if you don't like that kind of content, click off now.
I don't know. Wait. I don't know. You know, is this safe? We are a family chat show. Is this safe?
Oh yeah, real families.
Yeah.
Yeah, literally, my kids watch this show.
You what? Yeah, okay.
You ain't not going.
Nah, his kids were jaded, gonna.
Okay.
That's out of order. Out of pocket.
I told him you don't want this smoke, bro. I warned him. Do you not want this smoke?
You know
I
what?
told him, bro.
At least I turn the
mic.
microphones on before making a podcast.
Right. So viewers, you have been warned. Viewer discretion advised. So, okay. So the topic I want to talk about today stems from two things.
You just told people to unsubscribe, basically.
No, I said viewer discretion advised.
Exactly. Anyway, as we were saying, we were talking about
as
two
I
topics.
was saying, shut your mouth.
Quite violent.
Okay, so there's two topics. One topic, but they stem from two different things. One being the TV show that's very popular on Netflix right now called Lucifer, and the second,
what's that about?
You find out. And the second is the term God-fearing. So the reason why I'm bringing up Lucifer is because the premise of the show is that the devil is bored of hell. He's been ruling over hell for thousands of years, and he thinks he's been given a bad rap. So he comes to Earth to try and, have a reprieve, enjoy his time.
Vacation.
Okay. Yeah, vacation basically. So he removes his wings, comes to Earth. It's like, okay, I'm going to live amongst Moors. And then in the TV show, he befriends this detective and he solves crimes with this detective.
So he's now a good guy?
Hypothetically. And so my question from this is, if the devil comes to Earth and says, okay, I haven't directly affected anybody's lives myself. My influence has, however, but I personally haven't done anything to anybody. And I'm not going to do anything to you, to your friends, or to anyone you care about, but I want to hang out with you as an individual. And because I think you're cool, would you let him hang out with you? Would you let the devil himself be your friend? And bearing in mind, this guy is telling you he's the devil. You don't have to believe him. He says he's the devil. He could just be a bit crazy. Would you let this guy be your friend?
I'll let him be my friend because I wouldn't believe him.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah.
With that caveat at the end, I'd instantly be like, oh, it could just be a crazy deal. If somebody came up to me like, yeah, I'm the devil. I'm like, sure, mate. You know what it's like? We keep bringing up Anton, but you know how Anton keeps calling himself
Wait, who's that?
The guy you keep bringing up in the videos, mate.
I don't know who that is, I'm sorry.
What a guy, fam.
Listen,
What a guy.
just to deal with him, just like,
Anyway.
he's not there.
But you know how... This is another situation. Imagine Anton was actually a Martian.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, okay.
I'm
yeah.
sorry, I don't know who
okay.
Anton is.
It's like, why would I believe he's at? I'm just saying, that's Anton being weird.
What if you...
You know what I'm saying? Like, I wouldn't really believe him.
Changing the subject from this, I don't know, dodgy Anton, I think that this isn't PC. Back onto what Connor was saying.
Back onto the devil instead of...
Yeah.
So yeah, would you be his friend?
Who, Anton? No, hell no. But the devil, yes, of course, yeah.
Okay, and say the devil says to you, yeah, all right, I'm going to be honest with you from day one, yeah, because I don't lie.
I wouldn't believe he's the devil, though.
And he says,
Just like
okay,
you said that you're muscly than me, I don't believe it.
the viewers can see it.
No, they can clearly see that I'm muscly, okay?
Yeah, put those
He has got
tweets,
some
put those
muscles.
tweets down.
He has got some muscles.
Yeah, he's got some muscles, just not as much as me.
Well, prove it.
So
Prove it.
I don't need to show off.
Exactly.
So as I was saying,
Exactly.
the guy says,
When the fight, I pattern both of them. That's the difference, isn't it? In the fight, I'll
So the
pattern
devil
both
says,
of
yeah,
them.
he doesn't lie. He doesn't lie at all.
Yeah.
He's not going to lie to you. And he keeps talking about, I ran into my brothers, some various angels, and I've had to deal with my annoying father, and so on, and so on, and so on, and so on. And you're like, okay, this guy is talking the madness. Yeah. And then eventually, he invites you to his house, yeah. And then there's something popping off in his house. He's like, and then he turns around. You hear his voice. And he's like, Lee, stay back. And then he turns around, and you see him in his devil form. You see his devil face
so
and his devil.
If I get
wings.
proof now that he's
you have
actually
proof. After
the devil.
being his friend for like X amount of time, you finally get proof. And he told you from the beginning, I never lied to you. I told you I was the devil. I told
just
you.
Be like, big man, all right, firstly, you need to stop all this influencing people to do bad.
Then he's like, I don't do it anymore. People
then
just
we're cool,
blame
innit?
me. People blame me, and the people use my
then
name.
we're cool in it. If he's not actually doing anything wrong, then we're cool in it. I kind of need proof that he ain't doing nothing wrong now, because he could just be tricking me.
He's around you.
Oh, true, innit?
You know what I would do? You know what? I think if he's been, say I've known him for like 3-4 years, and he's been talking about his family and brothers and sisters, after like the second or third year, I'd be like,
can I be an angel, please?
no, but like, so these metaphors for angels and devils, what they're stemming from now, I try and youth work.
You try and youth work the devil.
Yeah.
He's like, no, it's for the truth. He's like, I'm not.
Bro, do you think the devil would see through that instantly if you try to youth work the devil?
Like, don't worry. And then I started to talk to him, and then like if he's still adamant he's there, I'd be like, okay, I'll just spend less time with you.
And then what'd you do? Okay, as you said you spent less time with him, you saw him in his devil mode.
No, but obviously, I wouldn't spend less time with him.
I'll be
But
gone.
obviously, I
Would you?
No, look.
What feels you acted like your boy from day one?
Bruv, boy, I don't know. What going like bonds have to be broken, like
No, but say he's like your, you know, like all of
he
us
never
are
did
hanging out.
anything bad.
Yeah, like say all of us are hanging out right now, and then
Listen,
kind of you find
the
out.
forgiving bit, okay, like alright.
Forgive him for what?
Like,
though?
imagine if...
Yeah, but like
If Connor turns
he's
to the
already
devil
said
right
like,
now.
I don't influence people anymore, kind of thing, blah blah blah. It's in the past, kind of thing. Boy, I don't really want to go into religion too deep up, you know. But it's a bit. Well, I don't know, man.
I don't know.
It's too much of a weird one. But
too much-
if I saw him in his devil form, and I'm like, oh my god, you're the devil. I'll be like,
He's
I'm
like-
out, blood.
He was like, yeah, I told you like 6 years ago.
I'll be like, I'm cool, I'm gone.
We're like, oh snap!
Okay, so
You are the
imagine,
devil.
Imagine, yeah, this dude who says he's his father, yeah. Say before you found out,
Yeah.
or just as you found out, yeah. This dude who says he's his father comes and is trying to smite him. Yeah, say
I'm not getting in the middle of the
I'm like-
smiting, because I don't need to get smited.
and say it just looks like a fist fight. Say it just looks like a fist fight.
They're
Yeah.
God.
But would you? This is where I'm drawing the line, yeah, because it says, would you be loving thy neighbor
Yeah.
in protecting Lucifer because he's done nothing to you and he's your friend,
Yeah.
or would you be disobeying? Would you be defying God by defending Lucifer?
It's not really defying God.
Because
by
if it's
defending
God's
him.
action to smite him, are you defying him by stopping him? Or are you loving thy neighbor by
We're
protecting
doing
Lucifer?
both. But that's where...
This is the whole
that's
thing
the
about
great
the
area.
Bible.
Yeah, that's the great area of the Bible, because they're doing
this
both.
This is why like the Bible is just very stretched out and saying, you can't do this, but do this. It's like what they contradict each other all the time.
Yeah, all the time.
Wait,
like
wait,
looking
wait,
on to
wait,
me.
wait, wait. Did you just spoil Did you spoil Lucifer for everyone?
Ignore him,
No.
so continue.
So his father's down.
No, it's a hypothetical.
Okay, spoiler alert.
It's
Spoiler
Can we
alert.
just ignore him and it's us three just talk as
Spoiler alert.
So like basically, yeah, like I don't want to like annoy anyone about the Bible and stuff like that, but I really believe like the Bible is very contradictory, and that's why I haven't fallen out in favor of being a Christian. I still have my faith strong to that religion. It's just that I believe a lot in the Bible is very, very contradictory, and it's like it doesn't make sense. And also, it's been years and years and years of tailoring on the Bible.
Yeah, it's true.
And then
there's so many different versions.
Books
of
have
it.
been taken
you
out
don't
of
know
it.
what to believe anymore, especially in this climate. You don't know. You can't believe anything these days. You know what I mean? The Bible has been tailored so much, and like, if we're saying, okay, the government's already done stuff to like tailor the way we think and like how we speak and stuff like that. We used to tell them that they can't just tailor the Bible.
Yeah, but we know that the funny thing is about the Bible, we know it's been doctored. Everyone knows it's been doctored.
We know this.
It's been translated out of many different languages.
Exactly.
Books have been taken out of it. Books have been taken out of the Old Testament. So we know like the Bible we've got now has like 7 different books, chapters missing out of it. So, and that's known. That's like the Vatican say, yeah, they've taken it out. So obviously, in that sense, but you can always still get the stories out of it. That's the one good thing about the Bible. There's still lessons to be learned that are tailored to you.
Saying. Yeah. That's why I still keep my connection to God in that sense. Like I agree with some of the morals of it and how you should treat others in life. You know what I mean? That's what I believe from it.
But I don't read too heavy into
but
it.
Yeah, I'm not too deep into it.
But on there, for me,
I'm not too deep into it.
I think if I saw Lucifer fighting with his father, I'd probably be in the background being like,
if I
like, you guys calm down.
If a single punch touches you, go on.
Calm down.
Man is walking out that room, fam. I'll be like, you know, just swear out.
If a single roundhouse kick
but it's just like, but to be honest, if you lot go into an altercation with like your fathers and stuff like that, I'm not getting involved because that's not my business at the end of the day. You know what I mean? That's a family matter.
What if he's saying he's estranged from his dad, and it's like this random don to him is now coming to square him off?
If he said like
but what do you mean? Hold on, what do you mean
he's estranged, so he doesn't have any contact with his father. He doesn't see his father as his father because
that's not my business. That's still family matters.
It depends.
Is he calling me to back it? Is Lucifer saying, "Hey, bro, help me out"? Because if he says help me out, then I'll help him. But
that's not my. I would never ever. If I had a problem with my family, I'll never ever tell you lot to get yourself involved. That's his fault for letting you get involved into family matters.
Yeah, that's true.
What kind of friend does that? Like, you know what I mean? If it's a family member, that's something to do with you and your family. You can't let no outside influence come into that situation.
True.
Like what? Like if you have something wrong with your mum, do you think I'm gonna get in between you and your mum?
Yeah, that's true.
I
but I'm just saying.
Involved.
I'd be too scared. Come on, China will beat me up.
But what if he didn't know it was his dad? It was just like some random don dressed in white.
I'm sure you would know if it was his dad or not.
No, you didn't know it was his dad.
I didn't know, but
if I bopped around the corner and you saw him get boxed, no, I'm definitely jumping in.
Yeah, so that's my question. If you're jumping in, and it's your boy getting boxed, is that the fine?
If I just bop the corner and you're...
okay, cool, I'll be right.
If I just bop the corner and you lot are beefing someone and I see that, I'm fly kicking him.
Yeah.
There's no way I'm just gonna be, what's going on here? Let me get the full step. Boom! Yeah. Dynamic entry. I'm kicking him.
Okay, and then
next thing you know, you're in hell, fam. I'm like, no.
Yeah, but you didn't know, man.
Yeah, but that's true. The thing. That's the grey area. That's you define God or you loving thy neighbor.
Yeah.
And also, this leads me on to my second part. Of the whole God fearing. I was talking to Iris and I was like, why is the term God fearing?
You should explain who you're talking about.
What's an Iris?
Iris is my girlfriend. Just for anyone who doesn't have any.
Why? You got a girlfriend?
Yes, I do.
When did that happen?
Our viewership drops to 0.
I want to say something so bad, but Lord is keeping my mouth tight.
It's because he hasn't got the balls to say anything.
I'm saying this on the...
Gio has not got the balls to say anything.
You said we can't say balls.
I'm gonna say this.
Okay, he has down because levels,
man.
He hasn't got the gumption to say anything. Don't worry.
It's fine.
Don't worry.
It's fine. Hey, I'm not doing this for me. I'm doing this not even for you, boy. I'm doing this for your other half. So just keep it stepping, innit?
Just keep it stepping.
Anyway,
God fearing.
You don't want to know me, man.
I don't know why. I'm thinking of
You say that to her, then watch her like fly kick you.
Like, okay.
All right. So anyway, back to the topic. God fearing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Why is the term God fearing? Because when people
you fear
say, yeah, but that's the thing. Why when people say God is light and love and hope and all that stuff, and the devil is darkness and all that stuff. Why, if God is the one that's given life and bestowed upon all the gifts and given you free will and so on, why would you be afraid of that?
Because God in the Bible smited unholy amounts of people for less. Like, people would just be like, God would be like, all right, let's take the people most know about, Let's take the apple, for example. He said, don't eat the apple. Eve comes along, eats the apple. Now, by God's own rules, God should have been forgiven and said, you know what? I forgive you because I told you to do something, but I'm going to turn the other cheek.
No, but
He said, no,
Stop.
you're out of there. You're gone. You're finished. No forgiveness, no second chance. You disobeyed me. You're out. Let's take Cain and Abel now. What happened with Cain and Abel? Penis went down. Then what happened? He said, okay, God, I just want to prove that I love you more than my brother. Okay, now you're banished to walk the earth forever. It's like there was no forgiveness when it comes to God. When you look at what God's done in terms of love and caring, he always loved, but it was like, you know what? It's
like
it's
a strict parent.
It's like a strict parent. It's like, I love you, but at the end of the day, you need to listen to me or else. It's that sort of love. It's never the same love that we're supposed to show each other. We're supposed to turn the other cheek because ultimately God's the one that's supposed to be judging you, not us. We're like children to him, really. If you read if you look at the relationship between God and the people. So what you have to think about is God fearing is like the same way you should fear your parents when you're a kid.
Okay.
If that makes sense.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, God will mess your stuff up if you disobey him.
Yeah.
Like, it's exactly like that. It's like a parent mentality. This is why, when it comes to religion, I hate those oxymorons. Because really, you shouldn't fear God. If God is all loving, you shouldn't really fear God. God fearing is the term that is the contradiction. That's why I don't really follow no Bible or anything like that, because at the end of the day, I don't need to fear you in order to love you. When I was a kid, I used to fear my mom. You know what I'm saying? Because my mom was strict. But at the same time, when you get to a certain age, I'm supposed to not fear you anymore. You know what I mean? I still respect you always. But in terms of fear, I'm like, Mom, what can really Mom do to me? She can give me a slapping. But Mom's slapping don't hurt too much no more. She poked me in the ribs a bit. Mom's rib poking doesn't hurt too much anymore. You know what I'm saying? So I don't fear you and follow you. I respect you as my mom and I follow you. It's the same for, like, Chris runs Code and runs NYCC. I listen to Chris and I follow Chris's order because I respect him.
I thought we were partners in Code.
That's what a leader's supposed to be like. You're supposed to listen to them and respect them and understand that they know more than you or they know better in this situation and follow them, not fear them. I don't want to follow someone out of fear.
That's true.
You don't want to follow a leader out of fear because that's not real leadership. You're supposed to follow someone out of respect and knowledge.
Imposing.
Sometimes not even, you can, like, for example, if you look at how a leader of a country is supposed to be, you're supposed to be like, well, I don't agree with everything you say, but I agree with some of what you say so we can compromise. You're an adult and I'm an adult, so we can come to a compromisation on it. What happens these days is more like, well, I've got more people who support me than you, so you're clearly an idiot, which is not the case. They maybe represent a minority of people, or they just have a different outlook on life to you, so you respect their point of view. You say, I can see how your output on life has changed your opinion, but I disagree, and more people agree with me right now. But I can still tailor this, and this towards you. You know what I'm trying to say? That's how it's supposed to be. It should be the same with God. God should see like, okay, you've done wrong, and I can forgive you for that. That's why I send my son down to earth, so I can forgive you for that. But you shouldn't need to fear me in order to do good. You should do good because it feels good within yourself to do good. Because that's the bit of me I've put into every single one of my children. You know what I'm trying to say? That's what God should be about. Not be about, oh, I'm scared, so I'm scared to burn in hell, or I'm scared to do this, I'm scared to do that. You know what I'm saying? It should be because, you know what? When I help out Gio, or when I help out Connor, or when I help out like a random person on the street, it feels good with it. It feels like, you know what I mean? You feel something. You're like, yes, I've done a good deed today. Therefore, I'm going to try and go out tomorrow and do more good deeds. And when you do a good deed, you always see that it passes on. That person may do something else for a person that necessarily they weren't going to do. But you know what? I've had a good day and somebody helped me, so I might as well try and pass that on. That's what it should be, that. You know what I mean? Just the positives. But especially in the Old Testament of the Bible, you see a lot of the negatives where it's like, listen, you didn't listen to me, you're dead. You didn't listen to me, you're dead.
Yeah, man.
You didn't listen to me, you're dead. And it's the same story over and over again. New Testament's a bit different. New Testament's a bit more, okay, like, I forgive you. There's love there. But there's also a lot of messed up things in the New Testament as well. But you can see that in the times that they were written, there was very little leniency in terms of like what is good and what is bad. Because you can see that they were trying to write rules into society when they writ the Bible. You can see that. So the whole respecting your adults and respecting your parents, and a lot of the Old Testament has respecting governments as well. The king has the right to do things to you because by God's law, he's the one in charge.
Wow.
Is that in the Old Testament?
Kings and emperors and lawmakers are above all because they bring down God's order to the world.
You see? And this is what I'm talking about.
This is what I'm trying to say to people. Like,
that's like some anime stuff.
You know what I'm trying to say?
When they just say like, oh, I'm king.
Law.
I've been blessed with divine blood and stuff like that.
That's the right to rule. Divine law, the right to rule. Because I am king right now, I was given the credence by God to rule you and to make decisions for you. And that's how our society was ruled in feudalism, and even going back to emperors and stuff like that. It was based on the idea that God gave them the right to rule, therefore they're ruling. And that's how you got, the Reformations and things like that, where they're like, hang on a second. You're telling me that God gave you the right to rule and you're just going to mess up my life for eternity and I'm stuck in serfdom. You can't do that.
Doesn't the same happen with monarchy as well, though?
True. That's why we ain't got real monarchy in the UK anymore. Because people are like, look.
The Queen.
It's not a real monarchy, it's a facade.
Yeah.
No, she's the Queen.
in power.
Yes, she is.
She is.
She's on my money. She's on all my money and my stamps.
She is technically in power. However,
my passport says.
Ignore him.
Is your passport blue?
Huh?
Is your passport blue?
It's a British. Queen one. My queen is on my
one, a brand new blue one now, isn't it?
Well, that makes me a queen.
Is that the new passport? Is it blue?
That's what they're talking about.
Yes, it's come back to blue.
Why?
When it was the cut purple, it was like an EU one. Now it's back to blue.
Oh, okay.
I think mine's
Hence why I'm wearing blue today.
Boy, I'm going to keep my purple one for as long as possible.
Yeah,
just
same.
slap it down from.
Well, when you come to redo it, you're going to get a blue one.
Yeah, I don't have to redo it for like ages though, so I'm good.
Well,
Like
I'm
5
going to
years.
pay some people
To steal your passport.
Yeah.
You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to get a purple cover and put it inside the purple cover. And be like, yeah.
But yeah, no, like, you know what I want to talk about next, right?
What?
Leading off what you said.
Whoa.
SPAC Nation.
Oh,
Wait, can we finish this subject and then have it as a closed episode and then go to other stuff?
Yeah, but
yeah, let him finish his bit,
Can I
but there's
just
still
finish
on
this
religion in it, and then we'll go into the next
so-
one.
Yeah, what is SPAC Nation?
wait. SPAC Nation. Dreamy.
Show your team, don't worry, show yours.
Let me see your drip.
Okay.
So basically, yeah, SPAC Nation.
Fascinating.
Basically, it's
Didn't
see
you
what
say
I'm
he
talking
wasn't
about?
supposed to do that?
I'm telling you, this guy doesn't want me to
Hypocrisy.
activate again, bro.
Hypocrisy.
You haven't got the guts to animate again. You haven't got the guts.
I'm cool, because at the end of the day,
Can we
I'm
do
not
this
the one
episode,
crying.
please, Chris? Can you sit down and stop crying? So
You
we
know what I
can do
mean?
this?
So like SPAC Nation, yeah, basically there's been a lot of controversy. It's basically a church. And what they do is they get people, what is it called again? It's Panorama?
Yeah, Panorama.
And Panorama did an investigation into it, and then they asked former cult, but it's like a cult. But like former people that used to go to the church and like what happened and stuff like that. And what they did was they made you basically take out a loan, and then they would take the money for the church, and then they'll put all the money towards the church. So like Pastor Toby, he's basically a millionaire now.
Yes,
innit?
he's got like a
So
big
like
house.
he's got a big house, he's got a Lamborghini, Ferraris, all through church. So it's just like, imagine like,
is he one of those guys that manipulates the people?
yeah. So like, imagine like running a charity and then you just take all that money for yourself, basically.
Imagine
You know
running
what I
the
mean?
charity and then you say, bro, take out a loan. Like Mr. I don't know, say it was giving me a name, Edward. And you tell Edward, take out a loan for me and then prosperity will come to you because you took out a loan for the church.
That's what
and
they're
then
saying.
people
So they're
say,
saying, you're getting God's blessing
By giving
giving money towards the church. Now, I was going to bounce off that. Like, people, remember, like, you talk about how they used the Bible to, like, benefit the government and kings and monarchy, basically. You can see that now. Like, a lot of churches are, like, using the Bible and, like, taking bits and parts of it in order to take money.
You can see the same in
themselves.
terrorism as well, extremism.
That's
all
what
it
I'm
is.
saying.
It's
So
just
it's just like,
inferring
this
holy
is
books for
where,
their own
like,
way.
This is where I was trying to like span off from like people now are literally using the Bible in order to like for like wrong and doings like is it like right to see a pastor like walking around in like the latest designer clothes, all this stuff here? It's just looks
what I want to say
mad,
the why it took it, because we see the same thing happening in like America with evangelicals. What makes it worse for Toby is that he knows these people don't have any money.
What's a Toby?
It's the pastor.
That's the pastor name.
So he knew these people were like vulnerable people who didn't have any money. Like they came to him for help, for example, like with living accommodation, XYZ. And then he's like, yeah, just take out a loan and we'll help you with all of that. And he knew they were vulnerable. So for him, it's even a step further than what I was talking about, because he's using the name of God, which is supposed to be like good, for nefarious deeds. Like, so in himself, he must not believe in God.
Yeah.
Because anybody who's using your term, God-fearing, would never in a billion years use God's name to try and earn money like that.
So is he helping people by taking everyone make out loans and he's
not
paying
helping
people
them
back?
I don't know, because basically, it's a mad thing.
It's mad, but basically,
it's a mad thing.
What happened is when the woman, the panorama had a specific bit of one woman. When the woman went back to ask what's going on, it was only then she realized they had taken out the loan in her name, and they would not pay her back for the loan. So it's using, it's basically one of those like credit card scams. Like you come through your door, they're like, if you take out a loan, a credit card with us, we can get you XYZ overdraft. And then when you come to actually make the account, you realize, hang on a second, the card's not even the account's not even in my name. So essentially they were doing that from the get-go.
And also, like, with a lot of the people that they have there, they'll be like getting they'll get like people, like roadmen off the road to like what was it again? They'll like get a lot of people that's like down basically and stuff like that.
That's
like,
what?
ex-roadmen
That's
and
down,
stuff.
like they're down on their luck. They maybe been kept out by
so
the
like
parents,
imagine
or
like
they're students and they have a lot of money and stuff like that. Or they have a lot of money for rent.
Yeah.
and then they will get them to like do stuff, and then they will reward them in a certain way, whether it be like designer or some money and stuff like
it's
that.
like bribing and incentives.
Yeah, but I've heard so much mad stories about them. And like,
So
but
what they
the
would
thing
do
is,
is,
the
like-
investigation that was on them, they beat it.
I don't believe.
I don't know how.
I don't know how the hell
They
did
actually
that.
beat it. But I don't know going into it too much because boy,
You know, if you have money, your lawyers can do anything.
That's what I'm saying. That's true.
But but bringing it back to how it started with, I don't know if you believe in God, you have to be God fearing or not. As long as you have you're kind of good and you want to help your fellow man and kind of help in a similar way. People think that if you're religious, you have to kind of live your life like that. But being religious, you can be religious but doing your own thing, but helping your fellow man to get ahead or whatever.
Yeah.
Also, when it comes down to the whole Lucifer thing, if I had a guy and his name was Lucifer, I wouldn't believe he was called Lucifer right up until he showed me his devil face. And even then, I think I'd be a bit more on him to help make a difference. Because then, if
He has the power to do so.
yeah,
innit?
because then he can make a positive change. So I'd be on him to help make a difference.
Yeah.
And what if he did make a positive change, but he still had the past stigma of being the devil?
Yeah, it's
what if he was
fine.
actually like in terms of like, say this hypothetical situation happened, yeah, devil comes to earth. He's doing a positive change. He starts helping the community. He starts using his name instead of people who use his name for hating someone and praying Satanism. They start contributing back to society, helping building schools, building whatever to better mankind. Would that then mean that he should be brought back into the fold of God?
What I'm saying is that if I have lived a really bad life and hurt a lot of people, and I'm doing positive now, my positive deeds now doesn't undo the bad stuff I've done in the past. It lessens it and kind of helps. Like, I've done a lot of bad stuff, so I'm helping to do good stuff now to try and counteract it. So
to balance the scales.
Yeah. So that's all he can help to do. And he's got a platform to make a massive positive change. That's what I'll be, as his friend, that's what I'll be honoured to do. Also, yes, we can have fun and bounce and do some things, but at the same time, yeah, there's help when we can on that lot.
Yeah.
As long as he doesn't help Anton, I'm fine with whatever he
For
does.
God's sake. But then, yeah, like I said, it goes back to the grey
Anton would
area.
want him to help him anyway.
You know what I mean?
Good.
Yeah, Anton be like,
Anton would not trust. Anton would be like, nah, forget this guy.
You know what I mean, bruv?
I don't know who this Anton is, but I don't
sure.
like I don't like his it just feels a bit wrong mentioned about Anton, so that's
But
cool.
yeah, talk about the grey area, obviously.
Well, Anton,
If
the
you
grey
don't-
area.
No, the Lucifer. But if you don't, the thing is, if you don't turn around and say, rah, let me try and help him, doesn't that make you worse? If you know you could help someone and like change them around for the better, especially if you know that's a powerful person that can potentially do a lot of good. If you don't even try, that reflects a lot on you, like your personality. You need to at least try. It's all right if you try and you fail and he's still Lucifer and he's a waste man, but if you don't even try, it's like, that reflects badly on you, innit? You have to try.
Is Lucifer a good show? Have you guys watched it?
I think it's a pretty good show. I like it.
I've
Honestly,
not seen it.
I haven't
the first
seen it. I've
pilot.
seen clips and stuff and it looks alright, but I haven't watched it.
sometimes it's a bit cheesy. I'm not gonna lie. 'cause
Is it?
it's-
It looks
mind
cheesy.
Yeah.
I don't
It
mind
looks like that typical American like TV
Yeah.
show.
But it's good. It's the good kind of cheese.
Good,
Like,
it's a DC
yeah.
character.
They've taken Lucifer is a DC DC hero. He has his own comic.
Anti-hero.
Anti-hero.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh snap!
Cool.
He's also been in some joint, you know, the DC Cinematic Universe on the TV.
Yeah.
He's been in some of those as well
Okay.
as Lucifer.
All right, that's the end of this controversial episode, guys. I hope you enjoyed our talk about
Wasn't that
Lucifer.
controversial?
Anyway, if you watch Lucifer, don't forget to subscribe and watch.
Yes.
And let us know how you found it. Plus,
Yes.
what you think of our episodes.
Yes.
And
And tell us if you want more controversial topics in the future, like
Yeah.
controversial episodes where we talk
Just
about
interesting
whatever.
stuff, innit?
Yeah, interesting stuff.
More spicy.
Yeah,
don't forget to watch, subscribe, and then watch again.
Put
And
in the
tell a friend.
comments.
and like as well. See you guys later.
Bye.
Peace.
Bye.
Voice music. We are Project Code, we're here for the nation. No delegation, we do this ourselves. One for the community.